What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is Patrick and this is Valor Aquaponics. It's been a while since I posted, so I've missed you guys. I hope you missed me too. If you don't, I'll work on it. So lots happened. It's been a really busy month, but let's just get started and just kind of show you some changes that we've made here at the farm. Starting with koi bed 1. As you know, this was our first koi bed, and as you can see, there are no more leafy greens anywhere. So what we did was we actually cut everything out, and we actually changed everything back up so that this is 100% organic. These are vine tomatoes, and these two rafts here, we have a raft of tomatillos, and then we have two rafts of Brandywine heirloom tomatoes. So those are only about a 3-4 weeks old. So you're not going to see much. The fish here are still doing well. They get a little camera shy for some reason at times, but they're doing well. Here, you guys have seen this bed. It's still doing really well. The last time you guys probably saw this bed, these were probably only like that high. So they're good 8-10 inches tall, doing really well. They're starting to get really thick stem. I do need to change this netting a little bit. I will probably, maybe that'll be the next video. Tomatillos are getting really tall. That's about a good 6-7 inches. Jalapenos are doing well as well. Fish in here are doing well too. We haven't lost any fish out of there. This tank, the fish in here are doing really well as well. I don't know why I'm saying well a lot, but you know, you guys saw this one too. This is heirloom tomatoes over here, growing well. And then we have our more vine tomatoes over here. I need to start trimming these a little bit more. Oh, and tomatillos. So I need to trim those down a little bit more. I'm not going to show you guys what's to my left just yet. So disregard the mess. We've been building, we've been busy. So this is our basil. So I had to pull some of the basil out because these actually broke at the stem. But we've got some basil growing. We've actually got some exciting news about the basil that I'll explain in a couple minutes here. So we have more basil here. This lettuce will be going away, so don't worry about that. So if you remember, this had a lot of lettuce in there. We actually got rid of all the lettuce, and we're going to basil. So this is all basil here. Basil, basil, basil. More basil, more basil, lots more basil, and more basil. So we're growing a lot of basil. Actually, if you go over here, this is more basil. So lots more basil. And over here, that lettuce will be going away, but more basil, lots of basil. So lots going on here, growing a lot of basil. We've got the trout farm, which you're not going to be able to see any of our trout. So we haven't lost any fish out of here, knock on wood. So you know, that's been definitely a positive. We've had a couple issues in here. Mainly we figured out that because of the brighter lighting, we have algae growing, and it was taking up a lot of the oxygen. So we actually lost quite a bit of fish out of here before we realized that we had an oxygen problem. So we have to actually hook up another air pump and put more air in it. And since then we've been pretty good, knock on wood. So this lettuce where I'm actually growing to feed the tilapia. Some of these we actually might eat, like some of those over there we might eat, but a lot of these I've been using to feed the tilapia. So we have some extra heirloom tomatoes here. Some cilantro. Cilantro doesn't seem to grow really well. Maybe it's because of the climate, because we're cooler. This is a butterhead, so we're experimenting with some butterhead lettuce right now. More basil, basil. This is butterhead, basil, 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 and then those are scallions, or otherwise known as green onions. Up here we have more lettuce here. We actually have cilantro here, and it's actually not doing too bad. But most of this up here is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 trays of basil up here. Some of them are sprouting sporadically. we found that the pellets, as much as the pellets are easier to plant, they don't break down very quickly. So I've resorted to just going back to our regular seeds that we've had. They're the same basil. It's the Genovese basil. We're just switching from the pellets back to the regular seeds. I still need to use up the pellets, but yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So let me show you the newest addition to the farm. We're going to take you back over into this corner. It's a little bit of a mess while we clean it up and finish it up. So over here, we call this the Mega Micro. So originally, so we're still tweaking with this a little bit, but what this is we're getting into microgreens. So we're kind of changing the philosophy of our farm. So we're getting a little bit away from the lettuce, mainly because of the lighting requirements for lettuce, and and the fact that there's already a big competitor here in Wisconsin that's all they do is lettuce. So it's hard to compete with a multi-million-dollar farm that's backed by multi-millionaires versus Edward and I, who are doing this on our own. We have one investor. It's not a very large investor. I mean, in terms of, you know, like when it comes to $1 million investments, we don't have a $1 million investor or anywhere near that. So we're trying to really kind of do it on our own. Not for a lack of trying to get investors. It's the whole revenue thing, but I'll talk about that in a second. So right now what we have is, this is barley grass, and this is wheatgrass right here. Just started these. This is a spicy mix right here that we're trying to grow. This is alfalfa right here, broccoli. This is more wheatgrass. More wheatgrass. We've got broccoli, sunflower seeds. Oh, these are sunflowers. This is rainbow chard, and then speckled peas, or speckling peas, I believe. So the goal is to eventually finish this whole setup. Right now I just have the bottom ready to go. I still have to install the lights up in these two. Just been kind of, just been really busy. So all these are just shop lights that we picked up from our local hardware store with T8 bulbs. We don't want to go too crazy. The microgreens seem to do well under these lights. I mean, I'm sure they could grow better if we have better lighting, but we have to be very cost conscious, mainly because of the fact that we are so poor right now. So but yeah, basically that's kind of what's happening. So let me put the camera down, or let me put it on the tripod, and then I'll talk to you guys face to face. All right, so here's the deal. So it's been really busy here. We actually were participants on a TV show that I can't discuss too much about, for now at least. But Edward and I were on the TV show. We will discuss that later on when we have some more information that we're allowed to tell you guys about. So I'll just leave it at that. So stay tuned for that. And the biggest thing is we changed the philosophy. We're trying to get away from lettuce. We are still doing tomatoes and trying to do peppers. But we've realized that there's an untapped, it's not an untapped, but there's a bigger market for the niche things like basil and microgreens here in Wisconsin. So when we did a research of our local stores, we found that, well, a lot of the basil comes from overseas, and therefore it's not fresh. So we actually here in Wisconsin, actually here right in the Waukesha County, we have a deal with a Good Harvest Market in Pewaukee, and they're actually selling our produce. We started off with basil, and then we're actually going to microgreens as well. So we've got a lot going for us. We have another meeting with a pretty major supermarket chain coming Monday. So today's Saturday, so another 2 days. So I'm actually going to be posting this the same day that I record. So we've been really busy. I'm still working a full-time job, and still here, 7 days a week, but having to focus on doing stuff for that show. And then we've also been having a lot of headaches with financing, because it's a really tough time for us. We are essentially flat broke. So we've got some debt piling on here. And we're currently not making any money from YouTube because we just don't, as much as, yeah, we have like 10,000 subscribers, we just reached that, but we don't have the view hours. We have nothing for view hours, and YouTube requires a lot of watch time. I believe it's like 4,000 hours, and we're not even close to that. So, I mean, if you guys can really help us out with that, you know, watching our videos, sharing the videos. I'm trying to do better in terms of my presentation, because I know that sometimes I get a little bit dull, I get a little bit like more serious, but I'm also an introvert. So all you introverts out there, you guys understand that, you know, like talking in front of the camera, you know, being the life of the party is typically not our thing. So I'm trying to do the best that I can. Edward's kind of more the show guy. He's got the personality. I'm kind of more the analytical numbers guy, but you know, I'm doing the best that I can. So, so yeah, I mean, we got a lot of things going on, but you know, we're still working on our loan. It's taking forever. We have no updates on the loan. We're not sure if we qualify for the PPP. We currently don't have any other investors right now. The good news is that we're actually in revenue now, so it's a little different than, let's say, a month ago when we weren't revenue. We're still pre-revenue. So even though we're not bringing in a ton of money, we're still bringing in some money. And if we can secure this deal on Monday, that'll help out even more, because it kind of just helps us to make us a little bit more legitimate. The good thing is that in terms of aquaponics and the USDA certification here in Wisconsin, so we found out, leading up, doing some research for the show, that we are actually one of two, only one of two USDA organic certified farms here in Wisconsin, and we're actually the only ones that are growing microgreens. So we are, even though there are other microgreen farms here in Wisconsin, the vast majority of them mainly do it in the summer, and the ones that do it year-round are not organically certified. So we, to our knowledge, we are the only organically certified aquaponics farm that does microgreens. So that's really big for us. I know I think there's a couple farms that are not aquaponics that are certified, but they're not really here in Milwaukee. I believe there's one in Madison, and then I believe after that it's just like, I think it's just us two. I mean, I think there's one that does outdoor, but other than that, I mean, you know, it's a pretty good distinction to have. However, microgreens aren't very popular. If you don't know what microgreens are, it's just basically small versions of what you already eat. So for instance, that broccoli, that's just, you know, a 4 to 5 inch sprout of broccoli. But what you don't realize is that 4 to 5 inch sprout has 6 times the nutrients of full-size, full-grown broccoli. So it's packed with nutrients, phytonutrients. It helps to fight heart disease. It's been known to fight cancer. It's not, now, I'm not saying that it's going to cure cancer. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, so for legal purposes, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that it helps in the fight against cancer. You know, a healthy diet that has a lot of fiber, a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals. So they're packed full of nutrients, and they're really healthy for you. So we do want to, maybe, if you guys are interested in purchasing it through our website, let us know. Leave a comment below, and you know, we'll actually look into that seriously, because we have the ability to grow a lot of microgreens, and we actually have the supplies. We're just slowly ramping up because the demand isn't quite there just yet, but we have the ability to do really well. And if we could do that, then we can actually become self-sufficient in terms of financially. So I mean, our biggest hurdle right now are our finances. You know, we ran out of money right as we started selling. However, our sales aren't enough to even remotely cover our bills. So we are trying to work on contacting some investors. If you are an investor or you know an investor, you know, leave a comment or message us. You know, we have a website, valoraquaponics.com. You know, just reach out to us. Otherwise, we're currently working on that as well. We need a cash infusion really quick. If we don't, basically we only have a couple months, maybe a month or two really, if we can't either ramp up sales, or we can't, you know, or if we can't get, you know, hopefully we can get a loan to get us through for the next couple days or a couple months. So that's kind of where we're at. I believe we are getting new lighting for our grow beds. So we'll actually have 2 grow beds of the 50 footers, and it's just going to be packed full of basil. We're going to have about almost 3,000 basil plants going into the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I'll be doing some more I'm actually transplanting everything that you saw in those little germination beds. I'm transplanting all of that this weekend. So tomorrow I'll be moving all of that and planting all more seeds for that. And then hopefully I don't have to plant too much after that. So that's pretty much all I have in terms of the update for the farm. We are working on some possibly online fundraising, but we can't talk about it for legal purposes, and that's actually an SEC rule, I believe. But as soon as we have that all figured out and you guys are interested, we'll actually let you guys know about that. So I don't think I have anything else for you guys. Once again, it's exciting because we're finally in revenue, we're finally selling. The downfall is we've run out of money, so it's really hard. And like I said, we're not making any money off YouTube because we don't have the watch hours, and it would be nice if we did, because we would use that to basically supplement this farm to help pay the bills. So I mean, we're not rich YouTubers, we're not rich people. We work full-time jobs on top of working here, and it gets to be a little stressful sometimes. That's probably why I don't make videos, because I do get stressed out quite a bit right now. You know, I'm still working 70, 80-hour weeks, and it hasn't stopped since April, so March, April. So it gets tiring. Probably why I have bags under my eyes, and you know, so sometimes I get a little. I'm not as excited and peppy, but you know, I do the best that I can. So I hope you guys understand and forgive me for those times that I get a little dull. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to help us out, you know, if you in any way, shape, or form, let us know. We have merchandise on our website that you guys can purchase. We also we accept donations, and we're also looking for investors. So that's kind of where we're at. So I'm gonna try to do another video, probably either on a Saturday or a Sunday. And then hopefully, eventually, I get some more time, and then I can maybe do 2 videos a week. But right now, we want to just do 1. And they tend to be a little longer because I'm only doing 1 video a week. So if I went 2 videos a week, I could make them shorter, but that takes a lot of time. And right now, time is not something that I have a whole lot of. So that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I have for you guys. So if you're interested in possibly purchasing our basil or our microgreens, let us know in the comments. Message us, let us know. Please share our videos, please share our page, like us, like our videos. You know, help us to get found on YouTube, help us to get monetized, help us to you know, become successful, because you know, we're just 2 hardworking guys. You know, Edward's got his family. You know, I'm just by myself, you know, with my 2 cats. But you know, we're just 2 hardworking guys trying to make a difference in the world with creating 100% organic vegetables that we can provide to our community, and just trying to live that American dream. So if you guys can help us out, we greatly appreciate it. Remember to be that change that you see in the world, and we'll see you guys next time.